I have a small announcement to make. It's not very important, and hence why it's small. I have a massive cold. So, today, I'm gonna be surrounded by handkerchiefs everywhere. I'm gonna try to make it, for the whole stream, but yeah, forgive me if I am a little bit grosser today. And there's some sniffling and my voice. Can you hear my voice? I could have something interesting, with the voice, like deep. Anyway. So last week, what was it? Was it Thursday? Yeah, I think it was Thursday. I streamed Heroes of Mathematics 3. Which, is an amazing game. I love it. I explained briefly why I'm covering that game. And the thing is, the game didn't really get much attention online. But the VODs and the other, videos out there in all the... it did get quite a few views. It actually got more views than other games. So I really don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna do it a couple more times just to make sure that there's some interest. And then either I drop it or swap it for something else. Now, I don't know if I will be swapping it for Hardcore World of Warcraft. I'll see how much interest is on this. Especially because I don't think I can maintain a lot of interest on the stream by rolling level 1 characters and just doing the whole thing over and over again. I think if I lose this character and I had to keep with the stream, I'm gonna roll an undead warrior and a forsaken, and that'll be it. Okay, so without any more preambles, I'm going to start the stream. All right, let me stop the music. So we have Molenna. Is the volume okay? All right, so let's get started. So yeah, I lost Paharoshungo to a bunch of Gnolls in Westfall. Good thing with this character is that I had her in the background. It was around the same level. Paharoshungo was like level 17. She's level 20. And she's gone through a few of the quests she needs to. No, definitely I wasn't going to be able to buy this. This is never available. Hop, hop, hop. Okay. Looks like... So I have this bear. Coke bear. Has a double meaning. Because of cocaine bear and because of... Oh, was I supposed to bleep that? I don't know. And because of, the Coke... the Coke adverts from the 80s and 90s, where you saw the polar bears drinking Coke. So, am I supposed to be killing? No. Yeah, level 25, that's not gonna happen. So, Ling, Wolf, Flank, everything. No, Raven Hill, okay. We could try to make it to Raven Hill. I'm not sure I'm gonna make it alive, though. Deliver it to Sven, level 23. There is a point around now. The characters of like level why am I walking? I have a riding turtle. Yeah. You hit kind of like a wall. Like, you don't have many quests you can actually do safely. I'm not sure if this was WoW's early attempts for, trying to push you to group up. Being wolf flank. No, level 24. No way. No way, mate. Thing is, there are a few quests that I could be doing around Lakeshire, but if you look at my quest, it's either I go into the Dead Mines, for which I need to find a group, or it's all stuff I can barely do. Like, that's the only yellow one I have. I don't get it. I'm so sick. Do you guys have the bug as well? Like, everyone has this bug. It's affecting people a little bit differently. I have a couple of people in my team who... Oh. So, this thing was after me, of course. Because... Pygmy Venom Web, Spiders, and Report Back, okay. I like Menaces. Okay, well, this is a viable one as well. What's the bear? Yeah, okay. Okay, it's also a very loyal bear at this point. Probably has a bazillion points I haven't spent. Yeah, 76 training points. That's a lot. I need to get to Stormwind to get the training. Okay. Venom Spider. That's also gonna be... Yeah. Level 24. There's no way, man. But like I can say, they some games, the older games, they used to really push you to group up. At the time, I don't think the concept of having a single-player experience or a multiplayer game was a thing. I mean, it was a thing, but it was not really recognized. So, yeah, I reckon they didn't even consider it. They thought, okay, you group up. We're going to push you to group up because you're going to have a better experience that way. Even though that may have been true in some cases, it doesn't work for everyone, especially when you've done the Dead Mines a bazillion times. And what is called the experience, now it doesn't really count as much. By the way, why there green screen now? Can you tell? It's much wider. I just got it today. So I ordered it, and oh yeah, level 20. Okay, I can do this. Why is the bear not available? Oh, because he's aggressive. Why? Ah, because I'm mounted. All right, now. Yep, go for it. Okay. Yep. Dead. Lean, well flank. That's for the quest. That's another one. My video, by the way, is coming up nicely. It's only a couple of touches I need to give it. The worst part is going to have to be... I'm going to add a little bit of animation as well. Because I'm talking about a buddy of mine, and it's basically making cartoon versions of us. And I have not used the feature for animation in Krita for a long time, so I'm going to have to relearn a lot of stuff. It's not complicated, and what I'm trying to do is nothing very South Park-like, you know. It's brief, and it's simple. So, also, I received this backdrop today, the green screen. But I thought it was gonna come with it was going to come with the tripods. It didn't. So when I received the box, which by the way got delivered to my neighbor, don't you hate that? I thought, hang on, this doesn't seem right. But I managed to put it together in my living room nicely. It's not as comfortable as putting the other one on, because this one is massive, and I don't think the tripod that they have is going to hold it by itself. But it's going to be alright, and I think I'm going to need more lights to... I'm going to need more lights to illuminate it, so get a better effect. But obviously right now I am also taking in consideration that, well, it's Christmas season, and I have a Christmas tree in the living room, and my living room is minuscule. That's true. Why am I not skinning anything? Hang on, let me get back. Oops. All right. So apologies if anyone felt disappointed. Like, I remember in the last stream, Draco, you know, one of the guys that sometimes comes, you know, like he's a very helpful fella. I like him. They were like, "Oh, you're not streaming Elden Ring," and I think he left. And I'm like, "Oh well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but you know, I'm still trying to figure out stuff." I know that some people will go and say, "Well, if you stream just one game, you're gonna get a proper audience." Sorry, I'm being gross. I thought I was gonna sneeze for a second there. You kill anything else? Dislocate beasts skill. Please let me know when this is actually useful, because unless you're fighting things that are invisible, I don't really know why this would be useful in any way. Forgot. See, this is kind of like a very fast quest. It's fast to do, but then again, you're left with a gap. Like, when are you? Like you finish one quest and then you're exposing yourself to something very dangerous. I think what some people would do in this case, if they're going through like one of those old leveling guides that you could use, you could buy. You would just grind. You go like, no, it's faster. Sometimes it's faster grinding. And at least this game doesn't take any experience away from you when you die. EverQuest 2 used to do that. Like a bunch of them used to do that. I think Anarchy Online as well. The norm was that you would lose experience. And I absolutely agree with Asmongold on this. Like, your punishment is that you failed. You don't need more punishment. Alright. The fact that you're playing a game is already breaking the immersion enough. I wish there was a narrative that would explain why you keep coming back after death. But it did it elegantly. Not like, for example, in Rift, where you were supposed to be kind of like a different creature altogether. Where, people will go like, oh, an Ascended. And every now and then you see an NPC just falling over and fainting. Because they're like, oh, it's an Ascended. But then you look around and everyone is an Ascended. Rift was also the first one that started coming up with consistent public instances that were public. That you get to a part of a map and there's a rift happening. There's demons coming there and there's stages. That was also reproduced by Elder Scrolls Online very nicely, actually, much better. Everything that other games do, I reckon that Elder Scrolls Online do better. Why is it that I'm not getting any... I'm not getting any loot. So today I was looking at a content creator from Turtle WoW, actually. I'm not sure if he's on this server, but it was very encouraging to see that he still hasn't hit the 1,000 subscribers, but he was very close. And his content was really good, very elegantly put together. I think the name of the channel is something like Gaming Past 30, as of 30 years old. See, this wolf, I can skin and I can loot. I'm gonna skin that one too. I don't know why the spiders are not giving me any loot. That was like the fourth one. You're bound to find one or two that don't, but come on. There's a little too much. If I cut the stream short today, I'm sorry guys, but like again, this weekend I went out one day. It was a bad idea. I had to let some people down because I was like, hey, I said I was gonna come to your concert, but sorry mate, I can't make it. Yeah, sometimes I call girls mate. I don't know if they're bothered about that. But I suppose it depends, right? Like if they like you, maybe they get bored. They get annoyed. I was trying to explain to a friend of mine as well that guys can put girls into friend zone too. For me, for example, like I do have this friend, right? Like she has an amazing figure. Like she's got a really, really nice figure. And she has a very good heart and she's got a very good personality. She's very supportive. And we can have a good laugh together. But her sense of humor doesn't match mine. And also, we don't really have other than one thing or two, we don't have anything in common. And when it comes to that, if you're gonna, you can't really make a move on someone like that. I mean, what's the point? Like, you're gonna get bored. You're gonna hurt someone, and you're gonna end up a friendship. You know. So it's a good thing to know, because I think that most guys that it doesn't matter if you're straight or not. Eventually, they will get. They'll get eventually, in one point or another, put in the friend zone, and it hurts a lot. And I know it's called friend zone, and I know it has a bit of a stigma, but this thing has always existed. The real term for it is unrequited love. And it's when you love someone. And I don't know a guy that is on the friend zone and is not in love with the person. I'm not talking about, oh, I want to bang someone. No. It's emotional. It goes deeper. It's not just sexual, okay? So I don't think that a guy that is in the friend zone is guilty of anything kind of nefarious or dirty or anything. That's not it. What's wrong is how they behave after they get rejected. Okay, that is what can be really bad. And I have been in that, you know, with a girl who, I mean, we initially went on a date, and then she changed her mind because she realized that I had been, let's say, intimate with a girl that she knows. No, not even a friend. This is some girl that probably best friends with an ex or something. So she was like, no, this is a deal breaker. So like, okay, but the worst part was she wanted to hang out and keep hanging out. And she liked having a big group of friends. She wanted me to be part of that group of friends too. And I'm like, listen, it's mostly dudes. And you want me to hang out with them? Well, I could be just going on somewhere else and moving on. So you can be friends, but you need to move on. So that's where she started getting annoyed at me, because I didn't want to be part of her entourage. I was like, listen, this is not what I need right now. Okay, I need to move on. I need to put some distance in between. I need to forget about emotions or whatever. And I'm not gonna just keep being close to this. So there is that other side. There's people who go and they only see, oh, this guy just want me to drop the. I can only be friends with this guy if I drop my pants. That's not true. Because at that point, you're not a friend. You're something more than a friend. What you need to do, in both sides, if you're a guy and you are in the friend zone, and you know you are in the friend zone, move away. Just go away. That means that you are confirmed to be in the friend zone. Like if you tell me that, oh, I've never tried, well, if you have never tried, you never know. But if you tried and failed, and you'll be made clear that you are on the friend zone, just move on. Stop hanging out with that person. Nothing personal. You don't have to do it from a point of resentfulness. Not resentment. I'm gonna try to kill this with a sword. There you go. Wow, I mean, there's so many quests right now just come from the same thing, right? Yeah. But from the girls, I would say my advice would be like, if you don't like the guy and he decides to move on, just take it in the chin, okay? He'll come back. Hello, Andrea. How are you? I was talking about the friend zone and how to deal with it. How are you? Thank you for the follow. So what I was saying is like a true friend will come back. They'll come back to you, but they will need, if you have rejected the guy that whatever, give him some space, And then hopefully when he moves on, then he can see things in perspective. And then you can rekindle the friendship even better, because this time there wouldn't be a hidden feeling underneath. So I think that these are things that people need to learn. And I think calling people in the friend zone, like treating them like it's something dirty, doesn't help. Because if you add a stigma to it, people are not willing to own to their own feelings. And if they don't, they can't learn. Also, there is another thing. Normally, if you have somebody moving away for a while, sometimes that perception of them changes. Wow. Good time to have inventory full, right? Just when I find something pretty cool. Theodore. What else can I throw away? Hang on. This sharp can I? Well, now I don't even know. Actually, you know what? Spider pulp. Potion of mana. I'm just gonna sell them anyway. Why did this guy have to give me something? A small venom sack. Yeah, screw it. I don't need it. So when some people move away, so let's say, I don't know if it's ever happened to you, that you may have found someone that you saw in college, you were never attracted to that person, and then they went on holiday, they went on a pilgrimage, they moved cities, they changed lives, and they come back more mature, more serene, and then all of a sudden they're hot. That's also true. Like, the best thing with these things is never, ever, ever have expectations. People don't owe you anything. And this goes for guys and girls. People don't owe you anything because you cannot own a person. That it's really wrong to think that way. Gorta's liver. Yeah, I'm not even gonna make that pie. Oh, I can lend this. There you go. Now I have a space. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm very sick today, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm surrounded in used handkerchiefs, and I'm very, very gross. But here it is. So, of course, I'm talking from experience, right? Like I have been in both sides. I have been in the side of being myself in the friend zone, or suffering from unrequited love, as you're supposed to call it, and also having to put people in the friend zone. And say, look, I don't know, but at least I have not tried to get anything out of that person. The worst is if you know you're going to reject this person and you still try to get attention. That's really shitty. If you still want to get presents and you want to get, you know that person is going to do the big favors to you, and then you string them along a little bit, like you tease them, that's really bad. I think it's bad because it's very disingenuous. It's very it's okay if you do it by accident. I think I'm gonna have to go sell stuff, unless I don't care about looting. I'm gonna keep this open. So yeah. It's okay if you don't know. It's okay if someone really fancies you, whatever, they never said anything, and they're your friend, and they never said anything, then it's fine. That's totally fine. Now, if you know, that's on you. That's where how you handle it, that's on you. You can't just say, well, it's not my fault that they are totally, you know. I also had I used to date this girl. She had this guy hanging from her ankle constantly. The guy was obsessed with her. And I don't know how she could have managed that better. I actually don't know. Because the guy was actually really, really... Oh, it's the weather that is stopped. He was really, really, really obsessed. And he would follow her everywhere. He would buy her drink. The guy had a lot of money. And... I don't know. I've seen the girl pouring an entire drink over his head to see if he would go away, and he wouldn't. At that point, I will actually be concerned. I will get a restraining order. Because you don't know how someone can flip. What? Why am I... Ah, because I'm inadvertently pressing control. Okay, lean one flank, 10. Okay, that's done. The hermit... Okay, the hermit I can do. It's just around the corner. But that one is definitely one chain that I'm not finishing. There. I'm running out of arrows. Come on. Starving, rabbit. I don't need to kill any more rabbit wolves. I think I need to go further down the bank for the others. Can I skin this one? Yes. This is one thing I like about skinning. Like, you get plenty of materials. But like I mentioned, a hardcore character in this server cannot use the auction house, so there's no way I can actually make money that way. At this point, I think it's one of the few times in my life that I'm gonna miss having a flatmate, so they can make me some hot tea. Also, it's true what they say. You get a man, he gets run over by a car, he'll stand up, whatever way he can, and say nothing happens. Now you get a man with the flu, you're done. You're done. And I don't think it's because we're suffering more than women or because we are more complaining. It's that there's nothing positive out of not complaining in that case, because it's a constant thing. You can't really find a quick solution to things. Men, I think, are used to trying to find solutions to things. And you can't just say, okay, I'm going to take this tablet and do this thing, and then the flu is going to be gone. It's a process. You need to go through it. And just looking at that prospect is painful, man. Cloth. Well, it looks like I'm going to get some cash for these, but nothing else. Spider meat with spider leg. Yeah, out. Yeah. What else do I need? Starving direwolf or rabbit direwolf. I could have killed some more of those. Well, let me kill some of these. Rabbit direwolf. No, yeah, okay, okay. This. All right, there. I could potentially have said, I'm sick, I'm not streaming today. But I'm a new streamer. I'm a very new streamer. And at least I need to try. Because I know myself, and I don't quit because I go, oh, screw this shit. It's not giving me what I expected. Or I'm tired of this. I went through so many hoops to try to get a stream that is actually okay. That, yeah, no, that's not That's not how it is. The way I do quit things is like soft quitting or like quiet quitting, like they call it now. Like I skip one day. Hey, Brilisking, how are you? I'm not very well, man. I'm not very well. I was just telling the chat that I'm pretty sick. I worked just for a few hours today. I went to a few meetings, and then I had to excuse myself. I had a few one-to-ones with my staff, and I went, guys, I'm very sorry. You know, I'll talk to you tomorrow if I can. Okay, so this is 20 wool cloth. Yeah, screw the watermelon. It's fine. I'll get another pile of this going on. You got the flu? I hope it's the flu. And I'm saying I hope because it's every year is a little different, isn't it? Normally, you start with sneezing. Then you have one day, well, at least for me, I will have one day in which I have a river of mucus just running down my nose. And it's super gross. And then it's gone, but then I still keep sneezing and having handkerchiefs and stuff. And then my chest starts getting affected. This time is the opposite. This time it started with the chest. My lungs felt like when I had COVID, pretty much. And then now I'm going through the sneezing a million handkerchiefs around face. Or is it the Rona? No, it's not the Rona. It's not the Rona. I had Corona before and I had it very, very badly. I nearly died. Actually, I nearly died. And I know that because when I got it, they had already declared when the first lockdown was going to happen. And my symptoms started 3 days before. So I remember very clearly. It was the 17th of March, 2020. And then there was a lockdown. Nobody was allowed to be in the streets unless you had... Oh, why would I want this? Oh, screw it, it's just a spider. So nobody was allowed to be outside. So many cases, nobody knew what it was. Nobody knew exactly yet. Just for instance, one of my symptoms was that I didn't want to eat, but also I didn't smell anything and I didn't taste anything. And nobody knew that the lack of smell was a symptom yet. That's how early it was. So at that point, they didn't have enough people to look at your symptoms. They didn't have people to look after yourself. They had the 111 line, and they had people following a bunch of questions to ask you. They were trained, but they were not doctors. So you were not actually talking to medical staff. You were just talking to an intern. And the last question was, can you still touch your chin with your chest? And I would say, yeah, I can. But I could not finish sentences, for example, because I had no air in my lungs. And every day it kept going worse. I spent 10 days with fever. It wasn't very high, but it was there. And it was terrifying because I'm normally not scared of death. I have faced death before. I still think that death itself made a mistake. It made a mistake in 2015 when I had peritonitis. I should not have survived that, but I did. So I'm normally not terrified. Normally I just accept it. But the reason why I was terrified is because I was alone in a world that was alone. At that point, the world was indoors. And when I said to the person, you know, the other side of the line, oh yeah, I can touch my chin with my chest, I realized, I thought, these people are just doing containment They're just doing containment measures. You know, they really are not so concerned about whether or not I get better. They're more concerned about that I am not outside spreading it. So they would rather have me die alone in my bed at home than spreading corona anywhere else. So they don't want me to leave my house, even if it's to find help. So that's how hardcore it was. Hardcore. That's how hardcore it was at that point. 10 days of straight fever, not getting any better. And then the fever went away, and then the pneumonia started. That's when that's when the danger really started. When you had that March 2020. Like I said, 3 days after the lockdown started. No, 3 days before the lockdown. I'm notorious for... you know what? I'm gonna try to make some bandages. Can I make bandages? Cooking. You know, it's... do I want the school? Yeah. All right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna grab the turtle. Nah, what was that? If you survive in 20... Wow, what was that? Peritonitis. So, when you have... You can have appendicitis, yeah? Your appendix gets swollen because of a bacterial infection, and then it explodes. If it explodes, you need to have surgery immediately, because you can get septic shock. So if the pus that comes from your appendix mixes with your bloodstream, you're done. As soon as that blood reaches your heart, you're done. I had a friend who passed away in under 4 hours. I lasted 2 days at home because, again, the NHS, I worked for the NHS. I understand that they are under budgeted. I know they're overstretched, but man, they try to send you home under any pretext. And the doctor, the GP knew it was appendicitis that I had. And she just gave me paracetamol and sent me home. And then it got worse. Because also, one thing I'm going to recommend anyone. No worries, man. Well, it's gone now. But you know why I know that I nearly died? Because when I woke up after the surgery, I had the bag hanging from my belly. That was not normal. That's when I knew something was wrong. And then the doctor, he was a young surgeon, and he said, "You really gave us a scare last night. We didn't know if you're gonna make it." So every time that you go into surgery and you close your eyes, imagine that's it. I mean, if you're religious, maybe, but you know. Colostomy bag? Yes. It was just gathering pus. Because apparently this thing had been already rotting and accumulating pus for 2 days. So I was bloated like a Norgal fiend. But I wasn't spilling out, let's say. No, I need that for a quest. Hi, the kids. Yeah, I tried to practice my German. A Borgle feed? No, a Norgal. You know Warhammer? Yeah, Norgal fiend.
See you around.
Yeah, I was bloated like a Norgal fiend, yes. And they spent 2.5 hours. Normally, if they're trying to get your appendix out, it's a 15-minute operation. Most people can go home the same day. Nowadays, they do it with a robot. So they do a very small incision. and they put some cables in there, and they do the operation with a robot. But when I had it, it was already detached, rotten, and floating around in a sea of pus. Took 2.5 hours to drain it, and I needed the bag as well. Oh, I thought you said feet. Well, Norgal feet will be very gross too, right? And they will have the toenails with like fungi. All right. Do I have anything to cook? I could make more of these. But what for? Well, I'm gonna sell the clubs. Do I want to sell this? Wow. This is actually better than my sword, but I don't know how to use a mace. It gives me spirit. How much does my sword do? My sword does 11. You know, screw it. It's fine. I'll sell it. And do I need milk? I don't need this, really. Goodbye. Red rich goulash. Do I want it? I'm keeping a lot of stuff here that is just in case. Okay, I'm selling these two. I need this for a quest. That's for the bear. I'm gonna sell this. Everyone finds this one. Oh no, it's the lesser spirit, but yes, still, I don't think I can. Yeah. My neighbor had to have surgery to have his appendix out and ended up staying in for 5 days. Through that. And that's got players, so I definitely know who Nurgle is. Yeah, I know. You remember when I showed you my Mortarion? The Mort is great. Yeah, had to stay for 5 days. That's about how long I stayed as well. 5 days. It was very weird to have that tube taken off my guts as well, because it was inside my belly button. But it was fine, and I had a very, very good experience coming out of that situation. You know what it is? I never slept better in my life. Ever. I never slept better in my life. And it's not because I was taking tablets or my body was drained. I think it's because when you are in hospital and the doctors have told you you have to stay there, there's no higher authority that can tell you that you have to do anything else. Like, it's the one time when nothing is expected of you other than lie down. You have no obligations, you have no problems other than being there. And that's very comforting. That was very comforting in my mind. You know, I was totally relaxed mentally. Also, the bed was pretty amazing. I know we can complain about the lack of resources in the NHS, but... Oh, why am I getting... Oh, okay. You want to see something really cool? Check this out. No damage. Hardcore characters in this server don't have full damage. Or almost not. Like, if you fall very high, you may die, but... You don't die stupidly. You get like... When a non-hardcore character may get like 30 damage, you get like 5. My other half is a nurse who she's put in colostomy bags. Big lines and the tube that goes in your penis vagina. Ah. Well, mine went through the belly button. It was funny because my girlfriend at the time brought me my slippers from home. And it was some of these monster feet slippers. One of the things you had to do is, because you have been stitched inside, basically, you need to walk around for a bit. And it was very hilarious to just go around the rooms and stuff, you know, like these different areas in the floor with my monster feet. They were very popular. Big guy with a beard and monster feet. What do I have left to do? I think I can sell these two, right? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. See, Nurgle is taking over me this time. You know, it's making me his bitch. Papa Nurgle. So I decided to buy the bullet and get every Age of Sigmar army too. So now I'm just lacking Sons of Behemoth and the 4 Chaos armies. The Lumineth are coming tomorrow. So I'm gonna wrap them and put them under the tree as well. And the Sons of Behemoth, I think I had a sign regarding that, because once I did I made an order from Element Games, and they sent me the Sons of Behemoth cards for 3rd edition by mistake. And I was like, huh. Maybe I should get them. And I do have giants, but they are from Mantic. They are bigger. The giants from Mantic are about this big, and they are cheaper. And initially you look at them and they don't have so many things and whistles, but once they are painted, they have very, very nice detail. They are not playing at all. It's just that the Games Workshop one has more things. They have like a donkey hanging from here and whatever. So, yeah. So, Spider Ichor. So, let's check. Well, first of all, also, I need arrows. They sell the nice ones. You sell nice arrows now. How about you? Yes, he sells the sharp ones. Is it sharp? Yeah, sharp arrows. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you got the Christmas Goblin Bubble for 40k? I think they're actually called wretches. I haven't heard of it. I did buy the Christmas Gobbo last year. And the year before, I got the Advent calendar with those Space Marines. Oh, where are they? Yeah. Like this. You know, the big-headed ones? The one thing I didn't like about it is that one of my favorite chapters, like I normally divide it between Ultramarines and the Lamenters. And they brought the Minotaurs, he had the Fresh Terrors, Crimson Feasts, you know, he brought pretty much every chapter. He brought a blank Marine and the chapter that I don't even know what it is. I think it's the Mantis Warriors or something. And I was like, what happened to the Lamenters, guys? Really? Well, that's a very Lamenter thing to happen to them, you know, being ignored. That's it, the Christmas Gobbo. But it was a Christmas tree decoration. Oh, no, I didn't get it. But does it come painted? It shouldn't come painted, right? Like it comes inside the bubble? You know, the goblins are called wretches. Well, the goblins are with the orcs and the Gretchins. Yeah, the Gretchins, the Snotlings. And then in Age of Sigmar, you have goblins as their own army. And then you have the orcs hanging out with hobgoblins. And then the ogres, they have a different kind of goblin as well with them. Gretchins, that's the one. Yeah, that's... Yeah. I do have a bunch of Gretchins that I don't get to use. When I was buying orcs and Imperial Guard, they were the two armies that I was getting during COVID. that when I started ordering them, the orders always had, they were always big orders, and they always had a few things that were missing. And in order to do something while getting bored, not getting anything, because they're not going to dispatch anything with an item missing, I will get, I don't know, whatever small box here or there from other places like Dark Sphere, Wayland Games, and that's how I ended up with a bunch of things that I really don't use that many of, like Storm Boys or Gretchen. I had just decided at the time, enough Warhammer armies, no more armies, get a last one. I said, get the last one, and that's it. And then I went and bought me Harlequins. And I thought, okay, this is good, this is all you need, it's great, you got everything you wanted. And then, COVID hits. And everyone goes crazy for Warhammer again. I'd love to see your armies sometime. You know, I tell you what, one day, I'm gonna post a video. The thing is, I can't post my armies. I would need a massive warehouse to, or massive table, because even if, for example, I reckon I can put the Tau together. I can put smaller armies like the Lamenters or the Minotaurs in display. Up to an extent, maybe Norgol. When I start talking about like Necrons and stuff, I don't have any more space there. Like I would need an entire table, like a gaming table, to put my army there for Necrons. Same for Imperial Guard. Same for... Because in Imperial Guard, I decided to have all the regiments as well. So I went, okay, I'm going to paint the Catachans. I'm going to get 3 units of 20 Catachans each, plus all the characters and the tanks. But now I also want to have the Deathcore of Krieg. Also, I want to have Cadians. I also want to have Steel Legion. So I have a whole bunch of all of them, plus Ogrins, plus Commissars and stuff, Rough Riders. I want to see Death Guard, Tyranids, and Custodes. Custodes I can display. Tyranids is going to be very tricky. Tyranids I would need a gaming table for, to put all of them out there. Like, I mean, I know I can't really show you, because even if I try to pick the camera and put it there on that shelf and show you, that's going to be just a fraction. That's the thing. I have a few things in storage as well. Beasts of Chaos, all my Leagues of Votan, they are in storage. So like one day I go like, oh, you know what, I feel like painting this. So I just go around the corner, go to the storage, bring it, and start painting. And swap them around. Or move to a bigger flat, but we'll see. That's gonna be complicated. Unless I blow up in Twitch, you know. Not gonna happen. Okay, what else can I sell? Should I? Yeah, I don't need to drink milk. I never run out of mana. And I don't go into dungeons, so I can go too. Okay, so where am I going now? What's left to do? Cheater's Growing God. Speak with Chef Cruel. Okay, I need to get back to where I was. See, it's just over there. Oh, here's respect for your collection. You make me seem like a beginner. Nah, no, I'm a lunatic. That's different. You're not necessarily beginning at all. There are certain types of players in Warhammer 40k. And even some that I will find annoying personally, I will never try to diss out. Like meta chasers, for example. Meta chasers annoy me, but it's their predicament. That's what they want. The only kind of player I don't like is the one that tries to put down people, or the ones that carry a lot of arrogance. And cheaters as well. Because you always get some rules wrong here and there. I don't think I've ever played a game that was perfect. Even if I lose a game for an oversight, if it was genuinely an oversight, I don't mind. But people who know and they still let you make a mistake, or they read a rule wrong on purpose, those annoy me. But there is no such thing, man. Like and there are people who enjoy just painting. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you knew, but Twitch Recap came out today, and you are my third top viewed streamer. Oh, man, I feel so honored. I feel so honored. I'm touched in a good way, you know. Thank you. I really appreciate it, man. Yeah. The good thing with having a lot of Space Marine armies, the different ones, is that when you buy a box set, you can dedicate some of it to one chapter or another. And you know that some for example, all 40k starter boxes have Space Marines. Every single one of them. What's my favorite chapter? Lamenters. Hands down. To play, probably Ultramarines, but the lore of the Lamenters I really, really, really like, because they are the most loyal chapter there is, despite everything that happened to them. They are noble to a fault. They are noble up to the point of stupidity. Like when they suspected them of heresy and they sent the Minotaurs after them. And the Custodians or something. No, the Minotaurs. They decided to fight them back, but use non-lethal rounds because they didn't want to kill their brothers, while the other ones were actually massacring them. There were like 500 of them left in the entire universe of their chapter, and they had the chance to run away from a planet that was going to be invaded by Tyranids, or stay and defend the human population, and they decided to stay. So, yeah, salamanders. Salamanders are also amazing. The one thing that, I mean, of course, it goes with the theme. But for a chapter that is known to be so nice to humans and so empathetic, which, by the way, the Lamenters also are pretty much out there too. Maybe not as much, but they're pretty up there. They put them in the niche of fire, and they have to be because it has the salamanders. But the mixture of the two things, they kind of limits it a little bit. I do have salamanders too. I don't know if you see my Instagram. Those I bought painted. I like rescuing models every now and then. I like going to Troll Trader and rescue minis. Towards, I think it was the end of 8th, we were waiting for the beginning of 9th edition. And I found this friend of mine, Tom Simpson, one of the nicest guys you can play with, by the way. Hi, Tom, if you ever see this. And he has salamanders, but he paints them bone color. He doesn't paint them green, but he paints them beautifully. And I was playing Necrons, and I made a list, and I didn't want to make a nasty list. I was like, dude, you don't know this guy, you know, don't be too bad. I was, at the time, one of the few people who played Necrons who actually could do a lot of damage, because I had, like, I think it was 12 destroyers. And I will bring, like, I don't know, like, I knew a few very, very solid things. Like, let me put it this way. Once I cleaned the table of Custodies, I left one Custody, and I lost 3 Necrons. And the guy who plays, the guy I played against, my friend Alex, he actually plays against Winter. He's normally on YouTube as well. He's got a podcast. Quipster. If you go check him out. So, and I decided, okay, I'm not gonna do a nasty list. You know, I'm gonna do a list that is not too competitive, but fun. You know, it's gonna be fun to play against. And I didn't know what playing against salamanders back then was. You know, you could re-roll wounds and this and that. The captains and lieutenants had the aura for rolling hits and wounds. And the guy just sat there with I think it was a big tank from the Marines, Gravital. Anyway, he just sat there and just shot at me. And I lost about 60% of my army in turn 1. And even he said, dude, I'm so sorry. You know, I finished the game after turn 2, and then we started drinking beer. He said, I'm not going to do this again because it's boring. And it's true. At that point, Space Marines were ridiculous. You might like my theme for Death Guards. I painted Mortarion like Arthas and themed the rest of the army like a Frozen Plague. Oh, that's really nice. I want to see that, man. Send it to me in Instagram. I'm in Instagram and send it to me. I want to see. Like, think about it. Plagues don't survive very well in the cold, but we're talking about an alien god of disease. He can do whatever he wants. I just followed you on Insta even though I don't use it. I didn't use Insta either. Because I don't like being a hypocrite. And if I criticize people for being constantly on Instagram and not actually enjoying life, I wouldn't be using Instagram myself. But it's a useful tool for this. Not so much for streaming, but mostly for when I post videos. So my next video is gonna come out most probably tomorrow. It's nearly done. It's just missing a couple of sequences. I need to just paste a couple of photos. Use a sound. I need to find a sound to use in a couple of sequences. And it'll be out. I reckon it's the best one I've done this far. I don't think it's the more punchy. I don't think it's as punchy. And I really don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble. Because I used music that is not copyrighted, but is done by artists that you can't really contact directly. I mean, you can if you talk to them on YouTube and stuff, but they are covers. So they are not. It's not original music. It's covers. I'm using a fraction, so I hope I don't get in trouble. But one thing I'm gonna do is also I'm gonna try to advertise them because they're really, really talented. You know, I like their music as much as to put it on my videos, so yeah. It's almost like if you listen to, for example, Holy Diver by Dio, but it's a cover. That cover is not really copyrighted. I used to use it years ago when I smoked weed and made mine all about weed and anything related to it. Weed makes me sick. It makes me very queasy. I tried it some years ago, and it made me high really, 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 really quickly. But it doesn't work for me because it just makes me sick and knocks me out. So if I had to do something to have fun, I wouldn't really do it. I have my friend CJ, who's also slightly featured in the video. There's another thing I need to do for the video is an animation, so it's gonna show in there. And yeah, I just thought of him. Yeah. Whoa! I can't drink any more than 2 pints and overall refuse to drink alcohol because I've lost 4 family members to drinking. Was that because of liver cancer out of... Or was that heavy addiction, may I ask? I did lose one uncle, but I wasn't born yet to alcohol. But, you know, imagine it was I think it was 75? Yeah, 1975, I think it was. 1 year before I was born. Just total liver failure and major alcoholism. Man, I'm very sorry to hear. Two aunties, one uncle, and a cousin. Well, I'm glad that you're not in that list. But yeah, my condolences. There's no way out. There's no way you can say, "Oh, I'm only doing this to myself. Leave me alone." There's no way. When I don't know if you've seen this, I do have. I'm not gonna say friends, but I had girlfriends that I left because they were alcoholics. I was like, "What are you doing? Consuming more than 1 bottle of wine a day on your own?" But I mean, a lot of people use it to numb themselves. Most addictions, I always say, most addictions are a symptom of feeling very lonely. Leather, 53. Do I have anything? Oh, these ones are magic. Spider meat. What's this? Fist size. No. Skeleton finger. Yay. Okay. My inventory is full again. I'm going to... What do I do? I'm going to try to get back to the village. Okay. Both the aunties used to buy the 3 little bottles of cheap 8 to 9% cider and drink 2 or 3 a day. My uncle was just a heavy whiskey drinker. I drink quite a lot, I have to say, but I don't drink during the week. Sometimes my friends are like, "Oh, come on, let's go out for one," and I will have like Pepsi or something like that. But when it comes to a Friday, up to the Sunday night, to me it's a weapon, that thing, you know, that's hitting my face with alcohol. But I also know my limits. For example, this last weekend, I only went out one day and I regretted it partially. I mean, because I hung out with someone I really like. But she said to me, "Okay, let's have more drinks." And I said to her, "No, I'm not going to have any more drinks now. Maybe in an hour or something, but just let's stop, because I'm reaching my limit." And when someone tells you, "Oh, you're not hurting anyone, only myself." Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Stitches. Stitches is going over there. Look at that dude. So, this is twofold, because you can become a real problem for everyone. You can become a burden in a family if you are an alcoholic, because in some point you're not going to be able to hold a job. You're not going to be able to hold proper relationships. You're going to have a lot of family problems. It's not just that you're going to die. It's that your body is going to deteriorate to levels that people are going to have to look after you, economically, emotionally, and physically. But also, if you actually pass away because of that, that's even worse for everybody else. So it doesn't even matter if you're abusive or you're not abusive. It's just, and if you're abusive, that's on top of that, is even worse. So Whenever somebody says, I'm just doing this to myself, they don't really know what they're talking about. Yeah. Like, I can outdrink my friends. That's nothing you should be feeling proud of. In fact, it's really bad because it gets more expensive, isn't it? But also, you're going to end up being the one looking after everybody else. And you don't know. You just simply don't know. Your liver regenerates. It regenerates very quickly. But it's not a super organ. You can outdrink your liver. You can drink to destroy your liver. Good luck, mate. Level 22. That thing has a big aura. That thing has a massive aura. This is why I was thinking about maybe teleporting. There's a massive aura that if it detects us... Yeah. If he detects it... Oh, now he's gonna kill everyone in there and I can't complete the quest. Alright. Fine. Well, I had to wait. No, there's no way I'm intervening there. No. He's gonna kill everyone. There you go. They're all dead. There he goes with that stupid ass. Oh. Oh no, look. The quest giver is still alive. Alright. Oh, no, 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 no. Get back there. Get back. Stitches is a great enemy. Yeah, I helped kill it once, but that was not a hardcore character. I do have a couple of level 40s around in a different account. One is a paladin, the other one is a warrior. So yeah, I think it was one of them that I did intervene and we managed to kill him. But it wasn't even me alone. I think it's an elite. Okay, complete. Oh. I'm so tired of having small bags. Could spider me, Yeah, I can throw this away. Bye.
Light bless you.
See, if I had been a warrior, this would have been amazing. Okay. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. No, 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 no. I'm moving away. And I am going on my turtle. What the hell? That guy, was he trying to... Because some people do that on purpose. They see a hardcore character, they do that. They kite enemies towards you. Then the feign death. I remember when I first made a Belf, I went to Ghostlands and just kept getting spunked by Knucklerot and last run. So I made a point on going there on every horde character to kill them as revenge. Yeah, I do that too. When it's an enemy that's killed a few of my, especially my hardcore characters. Oh yes. Oh yes. Did they kill him? No. Oh well, is he gone? I hope he's not just hiding somewhere. Can you remember your first ever WoW character? Yes, it was an undead warrior. It was a Forsaken. There he is. Okay, good. Trueno Furioso, Espada Bendita. Yeah. Family, friends. But I hope this dude knows what he's doing. What level is he? He's so annoying. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, what was your first one? What time is it? Yeah, okay. Mine was a night elf druid called Woodblade on an RP server because I had no idea what that was at the time. Did you find a lot of people trying to RP with you? You pass through Goldshire and see saucy stuff? I know, but not Goldshire because it was a... Oh, no, if it was a night elf, yes. I've seen people RP in very lousy games, especially German ones. Germany is an amazing place for RP. Back in, I mean, now you can find many other companies that do stuff like Ravenforge and whatnot. But back in the day, they had this thing called Mytholon, and I had a catalog for Mytholon, and they did very, very nice armor, costumes, leather, plate, chainmail, mostly for role-playing and LARPing. And they used to have a stand in Leipzig, so every time I went to the Leipzig festival, well, the Gothic festival, yeah, I will always come back with something. I tell you what is hilarious. You know, a coif, you know, like the chainmail thing that you put in your head. So, believe it or not, I mean, you probably know, but chainmail is very heavy. And I didn't want to bring back that on the cargo hold because they will weigh my suitcase. So I put it on my rucksack. And imagine Ryanair's face when they looked at that through the scanner. And they brought it out of the bag and they looked at it and they were like, what do we do with this? Because it's not a... Ah, no. Shit. Ah. Ouch. No, I'm losing my character as well. Shit, why? He was hiding. I was so careful. Did you see that? Did you see that? He was hiding behind the trees. Why? You just made him kill someone else too? That's unfortunate for them. I didn't kite them on purpose. But that person over there, their name was in green. It's very unlikely that they were hardcore. It's very unlikely that they were hardcore. Because the name in green is PvP. Being PvP in hardcore, I don't know why you would do it, but whatever. Okay. So, alright, well, let's log out. I don't know the name of the person. I would like to apologize regardless, though, but, you know. But now there is my gravestone there. Molenna. She died. She lost Coke Bear. I mean, I don't know what else I could have done though. I don't know. I really don't know. Delete character. Delete. Do have. Well, let's create one, okay? Because we have Sorkaren as well. She's a priest. And she's specialized on enchanting and stuff. We have Miss Suffering, who's also hardcore. She's a warlock. But like I mentioned before, we're just gonna go horde this time. Get a warrior. Obviously, this one is gonna be male. Face. I like making them grumpy because of the lore. You know, the lore of the Forsaken. They're supposed to hate life. And all the good things of life, I suppose. Have I lost? Hang on. Yeah. Make a warlock. The thing with warlocks is that they're not really that... Should I make a warlock? I've only seen you play melee classes. Well, the okay, let's do the warlock. Okay, so I'm gonna make Dursoth. All right, I'm gonna or no, let's give it a name. First of all, the hair needs to be very dignified as someone who just doesn't care about screwing people over. That would be okay, but or that I think I'm gonna go with this. Kind of looking a bit like a boatman, you know. Spiders. Hair color. No, white. Face. Let's make him very, very grumpy. That's okay though. Like this is okay. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Skin color. I like this. Features. That's fine. Our name. Dickens. What about that? All right. I think brainless is probably taken. Yeah, it's taken. Maggot ridden. Should be.
Bound to the iron will of the tyrant Lich King.
Let's skip this part. We know it. We all know it. You know it. I know it. Okay, let's go here. Let's fix the interface. Interface options. That. Okay. Return to game. That goes there. That goes there. There. No! There. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna lose all my stuff anyway. That goes there. Okay, let's go. I'm not hardcore yet. Death knell.
I'm listening.
About time you woke up. We were ready to toss you into the fire with the others, but it looks like you made it. I'm Mortal, the caretaker of the Crypt of Deathnell. And you are the Lich King's slave no more. Speak to its Shadow Priest Sarvis in the chapel at the base of the hill. He will let you know more of what you must know. Speak with Shadow Priest. Okay. There is a plugin that will make the voices as well. Voice acting with AI and stuff. It's actually really cool. Okay. Let's go. Level 1. There's a rat. Okay. Also, I like to believe that the green screen is a lot better now. I sorted. I think with the settings because I was recording a video, and in this one, you're not gonna see my room behind or anything. My living room. You get to see something else. It's a surprise, but I'm using green screen on this one, and I really, really love it. You can do so much more.
Better be
good. Yes. Okay. Okay. And.
What do you require?
Okay. So I spoke about the glyphs that you can buy if you want to make your character PvP or so on. Normally, you will buy them from this guy, Glyph Master. So, Glyph of the Turtle, Glyph of Exhaustion, Glyph of War, and Glyph of the Vagrant. The War one is the one that makes you PvP permanently. And they're really cheap. Like, if you go here, it's like copper. This glyph prevents you from gambling. You restrict to your equip items or a poor common quality. So you can't equip any magic items. Yeah. Glyph of the Turtle. So you lose 5% of your experience on death, and you get half experience from creature kills. The Exhaustion one is you never get rested experience, but your weapon skill gain will be doubled. What for? But whatever. And then that's it. That's the one for PvP. But the one I need to do before anything is become hardcore. So I need to walk in here and talk to this dude. I already did this before, you know, I already did it. Hardcore. Yeah. Okay, now we are hardcore. We have the title Still Alive. Hey, first that, second. Oh, I had no more mana. Wow. Could you do yourself in a jungle with your green screen? Yeah, but Iron Man challenge. I can, but the problem with those things is that you need to fit. You need to fit on the background. So if I am in the jungle, I will need to, for example, make the lights slightly green in my living room. I would need to work with the lights differently. I will have to use, for example, a filter maybe. Particle effects. So the problem is making it believable. When you don't care, it's all right. Nobody's gonna believe I'm in a game. I love it when the levels go up so quickly. Man, you only get that from level 1 and 2. There. Yeah, okay. Right, you, die. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Okay. That didn't count for me. And that didn't count for me either.
Not enough mana.
Okay. 1, 2. Yeah. I had the feeling. A lot of unnecessary effort. No, not necessarily. If you want to be in a jungle, then you do it. But I just don't. Like, if I just did it for the kicks, it would be a lot of effort for just for the kicks, you know? Now, if I'm making a video and I'm supposed to be in the jungle because I'm talking, I don't know, like about Indiana Jones. I don't know why I would ever talk about Indiana Jones, though. I would talk about Indiana Jones in passing. Because of the kind of genre of literature it is. Or rather, pulp literature. But I wouldn't cover Indiana Jones as a character. I don't think it's worth it. I think that everyone's covered it way better than I could. I never cover anything that hasn't been covered before. I think that except this last video I'm making, I think that the one I'm making, I don't think anyone has spoken about it extensively. So either it's gonna get ignored, or I'm gonna get a lot of people sharing it. I don't know how it's gonna work. Also, I get very vocal against Marvel, of course, you know. I know, not Marvel, I'm talking about the MCU, not talking about Marvel. I grew up with Marvel. I used to love Marvel, the same way I used to love Star Wars. I feel like most of the content about Star Wars these days is bitter. Is that the one about music in games? About heavy metal in games. I remember I started editing the video last night. I recorded it. I was very ill, but it kind of came out right. I don't look like I'm falling apart. And I start editing it, all coming out well. And then I realized one part of the script wasn't really fitting with what I wanted to do that. Because I tried to include Castlevania in it. And I realized that the tracks of Castlevania don't stand on their own as metal. Because it's a PS1 game. So the tracks are not really that good that way. And a lot of people suggested it and they love it, but yeah, looking forward to that. I would be surprised if it's not coming out tomorrow. It would have come out today if I wasn't streaming. It's only that last night it was already nearly 3 o'clock in the morning, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna finish this at some other point. Have you played any games that have feedback from what you do in the game? Like if I sneeze, then my character sneezed. Because the closest one I played was Alien Isolation. So Alien Isolation, at least the console version, it reads your camera and it reads your sound. So if the alien is looking for you, you're hiding behind a corner or in a locker, and you sneeze, the alien hears you and attacks. And if you sneeze for real in the room, because the microphone picks it up and alerts the alien. Another thing is like if you're in a locker, you need to go back like this so the alien doesn't see you. Like if you go any further, the camera detects that you're closer to the camera and alerts the alien too. It was really tense, really cool. Especially at the time, I think I got killed once because my flatmate came home. No, not my flatmate, no, my neighbor. But you could hear the door closing. And I got killed. Okay, come on, let's get done with this. Now I'm just grinding, really. Let's drink. Oh, my friends. Have you got anything special in mind for Christmas dinner? I mean, if you celebrate Christmas, of course. Like, I'm an atheist, but I celebrate Christmas. I don't think it has anything to do with anything. You know, I like the tradition. I like presents. And I like having an excuse to buy me industrial amounts of Warhammer. So, like pallets of it. I will post, when I unpack everything, I will post what it is. And it's not nearly the biggest amount of Warhammer I've ever bought in one go. Once I had 3 piles of boxes as tall as my desk. People were telling me, you can open a shop with that. I'm like, yeah. I know. And then they tell me how it is that you're nearly 50 and you don't own a house. It's like, dude, you don't know half of it, mate. Plastic minis. We need the little soldiers. At the end of the day, when you have been about to die twice, you get things in perspective. And one of them is like, you just need to be happy whenever you're happy. As long as you don't hurt anyone, you look after yourself, you're not being stupid. Like, I reckon piercing the veil. What was that? Oh, that girl gave me a quest. All right. The mindless ones. I'm gonna get the gloves. Tainted scroll. I'm not in the rat cages. And you? Tainted scroll. Complete quest. And this is gonna be my trainer, I suppose. Immolate. Excellent. Damage over time. Dots. More dots! More dots! You remember that video? More dots! More dots! One, 3, 5, 7 left. 2, 4, 6, 8 right. I think in the video I might get a little bit of hate from Manowar fans because I make fun of them. But I like Manowar. Like I make it clear. I do like Manowar. It's just like I find it funny that they try to present themselves as this kind of macho guys, but then they look super gay. I don't know how they do it. It's just I can remember in the 90s there was a the heavy metal magazine. No, heavy metal, no, the Metal Hammer magazine. And it was an interview with Joy DiMaggio, and he came out I mean, it came out, came across. Let's say it came across as a complete tool. And he was like, the interviewer was a girl, and the guy was trying to impress her somehow. And he was like, "Oh, I was gonna go on tour, and I went to the supermarket and I bought a lot of condoms." And she looked at me really weird, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm just going on tour, you know. I'm gonna need all the condoms, you know." And that's the thing, you know, like people can look whatever way they want, you know. I definitely wore way more makeup back in the day than my girlfriends. I'm a big fan of fishnet or whatever. I don't have the body for it anymore though. But you don't do both things. You can't do both things. You can't go around like being this kind of masculinity icon and then look that way. I just find it funny. So it's not really to these gay people or anything. It's just to these them. So like, guys, really? They're like wearing Speedos, you know? And you're like, come on. But I think I'm gonna get a lot of hate for several reasons. People who are gonna get the message completely wrong. And people who are gonna get... They are just definitely fans of Manowar, and they're not gonna like me making fun of them. But I think that most people are gonna find that bit funny. Brothers Cage, Skull. Oh, I'm not using Immolate. Okay, yeah, I need to use it. So that's gonna go to, yes. So, because Immolate has a casting time that is shorter, I start with the Bolt first. There you go. Level 3. We're getting there, guys. Nearly 60. Nearly 60. We're nearly 60 now. Just a few bars left. Oh, well. Where's the more? There's so many people. Oh, yeah, that. Piercing the Veil. What was it? It's Red Skulls 3. Yeah. I think maybe I should open with Immolation right now because of the damage over time. Maybe? That's taken. There is an extra quest added here. What's this? I've never seen that before, or never paid attention. There is a big spider that you have to kill. That's not normal. I mean, that's not part of what vanilla is. So that's a vanilla plus from Turtle. Yeah. Done. 5 out of 12. Yeah, I've used druids, they're hard enough. Snoggart. Okay. So, back home in Spain, I'm not gonna talk about the whole Spain, but let's say about everyone I know in Andalusia. Maybe from Malaga, Granada, Seville. There is not a real Christmas dish that you will have Like that's what every house tries to have. Like in Britain and the US, turkey is the option. You know, like, oh, you have turkey, and that's it. You have the Christmas turkey. Where I grew up, every house will have something entirely different. Like if I went to my friend's house, you know, when I was little, and I would go to the neighbor's house, their table was entirely different. There were some things that were common. So the rule is, A, you don't want to cook too much for Christmas Day. And for us, the big day is Christmas Eve. So you make a massive, massive, massive dinner for Christmas Eve. So you don't have to cook much on Christmas Day. You just heat up a few things, and maybe you have something prepared, and you put that on as well. But whatever you do, try to have something that you will not have otherwise. Like have that dish that you will not indulge in any other time of the year, within your means. And so for some people it can be king prawns, but some people who can afford more, for them it may be oysters. I don't know, whatever they want to do. For me, I need to have a lamb leg roast, a lamb roast. But again, like my friends, I don't know why I have, yeah, okay. Like my friends will have, I will go for Christmas Day to theirs to play D&D, and their leftovers were, I don't know, piglet. So you never know. It's kind of like a mess. Which is great if you want to just incentivize your friends to bring something over. Everything's gonna match. And if you have people who are vegetarian or vegan, that also matches too, you know? It's not like you're gonna break any traditions. I mean, of course, if you want pigs in blankets. Okay. We're nearly halfway through the stream. I remember when I used to watch Critical Role, I was obsessed. Because I had never seen someone DM so well in my entire life. And I had never seen anyone explore their characters so deeply. But then I realized they're actors. Of course they're gonna be very good at doing this. You know, they live out of exploring characters, you know. This is what they do. They do this for a living. They need to understand the character and play it the best they can. Some people thought, oh no, this is just fake, you know. It's just no. They are playing. It's good stuff. And Matt is very good at world building, but he's not very good at dark stuff half of the time. Half it is. Like sometimes he's brought some very chilling creatures and very creepy NPCs, but his strength is in the smaller interactions, I think. Any more skeletons? 3 more skeletons. There's one up there and one here. Okay.
I need to get closer.
I don't mean that Matt cannot do anything. Matt can do everything. Matt can do horror, can do anything that he wants. I'm just saying that his specialty is somewhere else. And so the thing I was gonna say about Critical Role when I started watching it is that they will have an intermission, and at the very beginning, it was just a regular intermission. But people started sending them artwork, presents. They used to have sometime in stream when they will open the presents, but that was only possible when they were starting. Then they started doing a separate session for opening presents. And then things just completely got out of control. But it was very sweet back then at the beginning. Because I don't think that they ever have stopped being grateful. I think if they become super, they are getting big now, but if they become super popular, they're not gonna forget where they come from. They are lovely people, but the model of what it is that they do has changed. Oh, summon him.
No one.
Oh, that's what the skulls were for. Okay.
Hello.
Scavenger posts. That's what. Yeah. Okay.
Lady, watch over you.
Why does this feel? Okay. Summon imp. So, one thing I would like to have is what they had, like when they will be like, let's say, gone for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you know, for a break in the middle of the stream, and have like a slideshow with some music. But I'm not sure. I think I can create a video and just add it on a loop on a particular scene in OBS. Maybe that will work. Instead of like, I'll be back, I'll have... Can you just please start shooting me? You are aggressive. Why don't you shoot? Okay. And we also need to kill this. Come on.
What's in it for me?
What's in it for you? Like, I will not strangle you, mate. I forgot that imps have a lot more personality than other pets. Okay, we got that. And this. I like the dog rates have changed. Regular vanilla was a lot harder. Okay. The one thing with the next video that I'm not really happy about is the sound. Because I recorded it with the microphone very far, and I have been using lots of tricks to make it louder, and I don't think it's going to be the best it can. Because also my voice goes up and down in conversation. Sometimes I say words that you're going to barely hear. And surprise, surprise, the soundtrack in the background is going to be metal. So it makes it it makes it a little bit worse. Jump, jump. Jump, jump. Do-do-do-do. He only talks when I tell him to do stuff. I forget, like, the first character I ever had that hit level 18, Lich King. Every character that I had hitting max level was too soft, and it was a warlock. Do you read Looking for Group? Every time I start a character in a particular any kind of MMO, And they have something similar to a warlock or a necromancer or a very dodgy dark wizard. I always try to name my first character Richard, but it's always taken because I'm not the first one that thought of calling my character Richard. And all the Richards that you're gonna find are gonna be that kind of character, because Richard, if you don't know, Looking for Group is a webcomic. It's from the early 2000s, I reckon. Or second half of the 2000s, I think it is. And level 4. And Richard is this kind of anti-hero, but in the biggest sense of the word, he's evil. He likes eating babies. Like he's not shy about admitting that, you know, like, oh, I just want to eat babies, you know. But he's paired up with a bunch of heroes, so when he does stuff, it's for heroic reasons. And people kind of keep him in check every now and then. And he's also, at the same time that he's the most powerful in the group, and he's supposed to be the darkest in the group, he's the comic relief. He has this mask as well, so all his expressions are very Deadpool-like. So he only has the eyes. So, and his sense of humor is very much like Deadpool, kind of like Deadpool stuff. Except he's this super powerful necromancer. So everyone, I do recommend that webcomic. There is also an animation in YouTube called To Slaughter Your World, with him actually raiding a village. And it's a cover of The Little Mermaid. The main theme, Little Mermaid. To slaughter your world. How can I look into these eyes and not want to stop them? You know. Okay. I don't think I'm using the imp the best way it can be used, I think. Okay, it's an aggressive. I don't know why he's not just shooting around. 5 and 6. So I need one of each. Okay. So people, we start with the second half of the stream. I'm doing it in one sitting. And then I'm just gonna collapse and die and perish. Yeah, alright. The worst part is that my body feels like it needs to be lying down. But if I lie down, all my symptoms get worse. So I got the paw and just need one more wing, I think. Yeah. There. Enjoying Warlock or finding it boring? I don't find it more boring than playing Mage. In fact, Mage can be even more boring. But like I said before, my first level 80 character was a Warlock. So I know how to use it. I know more or less about the rotations and stuff, good talent points and all. But it's very much tap targeting. The reason why I would have gone for Warrior is because Warriors need to strategize about placement as well.
Goodbye.
And they're more at risk as well, so it's a little bit more of an exciting stream. Because these people are delicate.
Do not seek death.
But they rarely are in the position that they are gonna just get squished because they can just run away. They have so many ways to survive. Okay, so Nightwatch Hollow. This is to kill the spiders. All right, and I get that.
What
Nah.
would you ask of death?
Okay. Okay. So I need the boxes. Like this one. 6 of them. My first level 80 was a Holy Paladin this time around, but originally it was a Resto Shaman. Do you enjoy healing? When I rolled Giga Chadwick as my first priest, I didn't know I was going to enjoy healing that much. I always thought that it was healing is a lot easier than tanking with a warrior. Then I found out it's not, but it's not harder either. It's easier, but not that much easier. I love playing healers or support classes. Is there other type of support class other than healer? Oh, you mean DPS as well, right? The one problem I had with DPS back in the day, not now, because I reckon that with every expansion, the culture of the game changes. But what I didn't like about DPS is that they were very, very entitled. They had this competition about, like, they would post the damage output on the chat all the time unrequested, which is kind of rude. All the time. It's like, oh, look, I'm doing most damage. Like, dude, we nearly wiped because you out-aggroed me. Oh, I don't care. The thing is, because I'm doing mostly hardcore, I don't want to be in the position of failing to heal and have everyone wipe. I don't want anything to fall apart and on my head. Not there. I need 2 more. What happened? You need to appear a little bit faster. You have to appear a little bit more, like faster. Because there's tons of people here now. You know how many people were online on this server today? Nearly 4,000. It doesn't sound like a lot, and it is actually not a lot if you think about it. But if you compare it with retail, it is. 1 more. Okay, Marla's last wish. I'd say it's more mentally stressful as a healer. Yeah, probably. Warrior tank, like protection warrior tank. It is very stressful, but not mentally. Because you develop some muscle memory in some points. You just keep. All you need to do is that nobody else gets hit, only you. Make sure nobody else gets hit. I'm surprised all these people are here. I returned to WoW at the end of BFA, and met Druid and never looked back. You mean like healing as a Druid? You mean? Oh. It's killed Jump. Right. Fair enough. We'll summon him again. He's my slave after all. It should be a good boy. Obey. Guys, it's a good thing you can't see how my desk looks right now. It's a mountain of white used tissues. It's disgusting. Resto Druid is great. I've seen some very competent Druid tanks as well. And I don't remember ever... I think that most of the times I had a competent healer was either a Druid or a Paladin. I don't think I ever had a Priest. Okay. Next. Man, it's so good that I have my mouse.
It's not you. It's not you. It's me. I just need my face.
Ah, man. I just need my space. Okay, so Marla's last wish. We need to bury that. Nightweb's hollow. Okay, let's give 2 quests back and do the spider stuff. Where? Okay, we get this one back, and we get the belt.
Watch your back.
I forgot that I had all this stuff in my on my inventory. All right, let's sell things. Right, out. Let's bury the bones. Here. And Marla's last wish.
I'm listening. Embrace the shadow.
Yes, I'm following adventurers too.
Goodbye.
Guess what? Now we have a wand. Are we trying to use wands? Yes, we do. It's a share wand, but it's a wand nonetheless. No, that was at, I think it's that button. Okay. That comes there. Okay, cool. Oh, I need more training. From this dude.
Speak quickly.
Corruption? Yes, please, thank you. And Curse of Weakness. Curse of Weakness we don't need yet. Because we're not really gonna be hitting anything that's significantly gonna make a difference. We're probably gonna get hit twice, maybe, before everything dies. I mean, we're gonna put it here first. Anyway, but yeah. So 1, 2, 3. There. And 4 should be... No, 4 is up there. This is in the middle. Okay. Ah. We're nearly 60. Only 56 levels to go. Right. There is a spider. Oh, spider, why won't you let me kill you? Why is it that it's not shooting? Hang on. Oh, because I need to come here and add this, not the other one. Okay. Right. Yeah. Nice recipe. All right. And here. Yes, you have to, you little bitch. So corruption has a higher cast. It's a longer casting. So 2-second cast against. No, they're the same. Okay, another tissue. I'm gonna have to sacrifice something to Norgo. Okay. There. Yeah, it's the same. It's 2 seconds cast. Makes no real sense to cast both with these little mobs. But later when I'm doing the spider, yes. Absolutely. Yes, kills on one's going up. That's Ashley Johnson. Okay. Well, since we're gonna kill a little bunch of these on our way out, so we have 5. There you go. Like this, I can regulate the amount of mana I'm spending. One's eyes. Let's go for the real stuff. Oh, now you start picking fights. Oh, we leveled up just before he died. Level 5. Wow. What an achievement. Okay. But this territory gives you up to level 6, I think. Oh, okay. I think he's getting very, very serious about being a little bit of a shitbag. All right, let's start with this. And one of these, and then the one. Now we're starting to do proper damage. And that druid should be a thing. Yeah, I think that except urban druids, everything should be a thing. Like I think druids can fit pretty much everything. I think there will be a druid, even a battlefield druid.
You know, we've had a lot of fun together. It's been really special, but I think it's time to start.
Besides, you know, we go.
Just a little bit of it's not you, it's me.
We go now undead hunters as well. So I don't see why not. that you're a really bitter druid, you know. Do you remember? Well, I don't know if you ever watched season 2 of Critical Role. There's this character called Caduceus Clay, and he's a cleric. He's a cleric of death, but he's like a graveyard cleric. He specializes on mushrooms, and the mushroom growing from the dead, and people getting gross on mushrooms. It's really cool. But he's a furbolg, so even though he's a cleric, by the way he looks and all, and acts, he could totally be a druid and it'll be completely fine. Like, it's the same vibe anyway. They're all dead. I need 3. 1. Another one. There. And last one. Now they're gonna send me try to kill the mom of all the spiders. Like un Goliant. I never understood Ungoliant. Like, Tolkien wrote Ungoliant in the Silmarillion as the mother of all spiders. Like, Ungoliant is effectively the mother of Shelob. But creatures of that power, they were mostly Maiar. So at the beginning, at the Ainulindale, when they're all singing, you have the Valar and the Maiar. The Maiar are slightly underneath the Valar when it comes to hierarchies, but they are super powerful. Like, Valar are gods. They're just gods. Like, imagine the Olympus. You know who's a Maiar? Gandalf. Sauron. So that's why there are no more wizards. In the Lord of the Rings, people cannot learn to be a wizard. Wizards are divine creatures. And they are there, and there's a limited amount of them. Saruman, Radagast, and whatnot.
Speak quickly.
Okay, just Scarlet Armbands. Yeah. And you're gonna give me the Mother of the Hollow, yes. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna wear these now. And I'm gonna sell the rest. So what I don't understand is, for example, Gandalf chose to be Gandalf. Like, he chose this body. Like, I'm gonna look like Gandalf. I'm gonna look like some old dude. I don't remember in the book him ever looking any different other than when he changes from grey to white. I'm not that far into campaign 2 yet. Okay.
Remember.
You like it. I'm not gonna tell you when that character enters in Critical Role, by the way. Otherwise, I'm gonna spoil something really important. So yeah, like what I was saying about Gandalf, yeah? I mean, Ungoliant. The Balrogs are also Maiars. They're like the words of the Maiars or whatever. But Maiars choose the way they want to be, the physical form. Because the way they start is like spirits. They start as souls, like divine souls. And then when they come to Earth, they choose what shape they want to have. Why the hell would someone want to be a massive spider? That's always hungry. It's like, oh yeah, it's very fashionable having 8 legs, man. Also, Ungoliant was so monstrous, he didn't even resemble a spider anymore. He was way worse and uglier than a spider. It says that it induced nightmares in the Balrogs just by looking at it. He nearly killed Morgoth as well. Morgoth gods, or Melkor as it was called, had a servant called Sauron. If you think that Sauron is nasty, Melkor was nastier and way more powerful. But the purpose are the same. There's no... I cannot tell you that Melkor's plans or Morgoth's plans were any different than Sauron's. I'm not used to not looking like a warlock as much. Okay, you killed Jug Jug. Jump Jump? Hey, Jump Jump. No, Jug Jug would be nice, you know, 2 jugs. Cheap. That's how mature I am. That'll give you an idea how mature I am. Haha, he said dick. Alright, let's go for this. So there are 2 ways to get to the big spider. One of them is there, and the other one is here. I don't know which one was worse. Because I don't have my demon. I hope I'm not gonna die. There you go. Alright, let's do that. And then this. There you go, done. That was very clumsy of me. That was very clumsy playing. So why would someone choose try to be a spider? Like, really? Just the legs are confusing. Your romantic life is screwed. When you have babies, they literally eat you alive. Well, at least we haven't pulled the whole one. The big one.
You know, we've had a lot of fun together. It's been really special. But the other warlocks, just a little bit on the same.
Alright, yeah.
It's not you. I just need my space.
Alright, we're gonna kill that thing, but there's another spider there. There's one more. But let's kill this one first. We cannot forget this is a hardcore character. And I'm using my imp as a tank. Okay. Now it's time to do that. And now I'm gonna use this thing. Yeah, there you go. Now is when it matters. There you go, dead. Weft cloak. See? I was right in choosing what I did. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's summon him again. There is a stain in my screen that made me look like there is 3 people watching. There's only 1. But I'd rather have the ones that matter. Okay. Let's get out of here, mate. Why is he in a fight? Oh, because he's unaggressive. Okay. Come on, man. Come on. They're still after you. Oh, they left. Okay. I reckon we are gonna get to Brill today. Okay. I heard the warlocks are actually quite survivable in hardcore. I never pushed any hardcore warlock any past level 5. That's why I have me suffering. I wanted her to look like a dominatrix. Oh, Mother of the Hollow. I need to get back. To get this quest back.
I am forsaken.
No, that one, and I get this one.
Beware.
That.
What is it?
Sell this. I can't use the stuff, which I always found amusing. The fact that I'm a caster, but I can't use the stuff. It's just a stick, man. It's not like you're gonna have to wait for someone to forge a stick for you. You know, you can find them around. You can get used to use them. To using them. What is she doing? Scarlet Crusade. Nearly level 6. I like this progress. And we have not really done much out of, out of what we are, out of the ordinary, I mean. 9 minutes remaining. I'm gonna cast it now. Oh, suddenly getting there. Okay. It's getting into the fray. Okay. 3 copper. Nothing. Okay.
You know, we've had a lot of fun together. It's been really special. Bye. Just a little bit on the
This little shit is so annoying.
It's not you, it's me. I just need my space.
I need to make a macro, man. I don't like clicking on things on the screen.
What's in it for me?
Looting, okay, but that's it. I think I might cut the stream short for like an hour, I think. I'm gonna go have some rest. Mostly because I should be taking some medicine as well. While I am stuck on the computer, I don't think I can. Oh no.
Is this really necessary?
Yes, it is, because I say so.
This was not in my contract.
This was not in your contract.
Do I have to?
right. Well, it's four. We got 4. There's not that many people around today. There's plenty of them. Nobody's actually killing them. Okay, cool. Right. That's a caster, so...
I don't have a target.
Ah. There. Oh. Why? Surprised he didn't trigger an attack. Forgot that I need to look at this from far. I was having a little go at The Witcher on the weekend because I went to... One of the reasons why I actually left my house, even though I wasn't feeling well, is because I had to go to a Witcher concert. So it was a 8-piece orchestra. 1 piano, 1 contrabass, bass, 1 cello, 3 violins, 1 viola. It was nice. To my taste, they played too many songs from the series. And I really can't stand Yennefer of Vengerberg. I can't stand her. I mean, as a character, yeah, okay. But when... She's a bit of a piece of shit when it comes to romance. There is a... Like, a lot of people have this thing, oh, Geralt and Yennefer forever. Are you team Triss? Are you they all are shitty. Geralt is shitty, Triss is shitty, and the biggest shitty of all is Yennefer. Okay? It's I didn't know. I knew Yennefer from the books. Sorry, from the games, and I knew her from the TV show. And I was in love. I was like, oh, this lady's amazing. And she was very petty on certain things. And very ambitious and driven and blind. But that meant nothing. When I saw what in the books what she tried to pull with Istred and Geralt, and they nearly kill each other, and then she just washes her hands on the whole thing and just walks away. That's irredeemable. To me, that's irredeemable. Also because I've been in that situation myself. I have been. And I would not wish that to anyone. If you are in a situation when you are in a love triangle and the other person doesn't want to make their mind up, you just walk away. But when it came to Yennefer, she kind of took it to an extreme, really. You know, so much so that they were about to kill each other. Istred and Geralt. So yeah, Yennefer, total piece of shit. Sorry, I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying that. But if you have one way to justify what she did, what does that say about your moral compass? Some people try to justify it saying, okay, look, it was shitty, but she does redeem herself because she does some really awesome things afterwards. And I'm not saying no. But to me, at least for my upbringing, people only need to fuck up once. You need to love, and you need to love intensely, but you need to remember that you have an obligation, not only with yourself, but with the people who love you. Because every time that you break up, every time that somebody betrays you, you are going to have, hopefully, a lot of people that will be your support group. You're going to have your family, your best friends. Okay, fine.
Our time will come.
All the work that they will put on you, all the time that they will take aside to meet you, to have a coffee, to listen to you, to dry your tears, you know, that merits recognition, respect, consideration, appreciation. Okay, you need to appreciate when your friends try to help you, even when they are misguided. Okay, so I don't have sympathy for people who keep going back to the pain. If I have ever done that, and I have done that, it's not that I don't deserve sympathy, it's that I definitely have any way to expect it. Like, I wouldn't... The red messenger. Okay, how am I gonna do this? It's not so hard to do. So the level 5. Okay. I need to run. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm dead. I died at level 5, guys. Can you believe that? I was nearly level 6. I reckon if I had killed one of the mobs, maybe I would have recovered all my life and survived. I actually killed the guy who was supposed to die. I know. Oh well, man. 2 deaths in one stream. I can't believe it. I'm such an idiot. Right, I'm gonna create another character and then I'm gonna just log off. Thank you very much for hanging around, by the way, because I am in no condition whatsoever to be streaming. But I tried my best, guys. And I was really, really excited about... I was really excited about the new background for green screen. So I also wanted to try it, and I wanted to make sure that I can pull it off. Okay, create new character. Okay, we're gonna do now what I had in mind. Okay. Warrior, male. Yeah, I don't want that serene face. I want him to be bitter for having been brought back to life. That's fine, I think, for no skin color. I like this. Creel. This is from Krell. Krell was a captain in the undead army in Warhammer Fantasy. He generally used a double axe. The axe was a chaos axe, I think. Or he had something that every time he hit you, a little particle of the axe would come off and get into your flesh and poison you. So you will die regardless. If you ever get cut by the Krell axe, you're done. Russian assassination. Accept. There you go. So we have this. We go 14 minutes. Okay. Let's enter anyway. Let's get the quests. Let's get the hardcore thing. Let's sort out the interface. Let's get the quests here. Actually, yeah. Death Knell. I'm not gonna do this voice. I'm too tired. All right. Now, I'm thinking that maybe next week I'll do 2 sessions of Elden Ring instead of just 1. I'll see how it goes on Wednesday. Wednesday is Elden Ring Day. If it goes very well, I think I'm gonna play that instead of Hardcore WoW. And then according to what I see, and guys, I'm still figuring out things. Like, advice that can work for one person doesn't necessarily work for another, because every streamer is kind of different. I am a streamer in the most basic and strict, you know, meaning of the word. I stream. Yeah, hardcore. Hardcore. Yeah. Once I met a guy, I was in Westfall, and I met a guy who wanted to do a quest. I think it was an escort quest, the Defias escort quest, right? And it was kind of sad because the guy told me, like, I'm Russian, and now people don't even want to talk to me. And look, I understand the situation with Russia or whatever, okay? It's the same thing with the situation in the Middle East right now. People are people. Unless you are talking to someone who's holding a gun pointed at someone, I don't have a clear judgment, man. And I have friends in all the fronts. I have Russian friends, I have Ukrainian friends, I have Palestinian friends, and I have Israeli friends. And nobody's having a good time. Nobody. So unless you hear someone saying something that is entirely like a piece of shit thing to say, I would reserve judgment, man. I would not try to get involved. There is a saying in Dances with Wolves. You know that movie with Kevin Costner? It says, of all the paths in life, the one that really counts is the one of the real human being. And it's true. We cannot forget to be human. Humanity makes us imperfect, okay? And some people say hurtful things because they're hurting themselves. If you have beef with someone, sort it out. If you ever feel like someone hates you and is actively working against you, sort it out. Talk to the person. If they don't cooperate, I don't discuss violence. But you do it you. It's your problem. It's your personal thing. I am absolutely against cancel culture. So this thing with, for example, Sniper Wolf, yeah? My opinion is that... my opinion on the matter is that it's something for both Twitch or YouTube to mediate. And they need to encourage people. So they need to enforce this. They need to have... But it's for them to do. Like, I wouldn't want anyone, no matter what happens. I wouldn't want anyone, for example, to lose their jobs. Because I don't like them. Some of the people that I have liked the least in the past ended up being lifelong friends. Okay? You never know. Sometimes you have not listened to the person the right way. Sometimes they rub you the wrong way because they are insecure. They have the wrong perspective on you, or their social awkwardness pushes them into defense mechanisms that end up being toxic to other people. But it never... sometimes it doesn't come... Well, most of the times it doesn't come from a place of hate. It comes from a place of fear, and self-preservation. So I wouldn't go, hey, such and such person has said that, let's all pile in. No. How is that problem affecting you? Let me put an example, okay? Let me put an example. Let's say that somebody makes fun of my accent, or the fact that I'm bald, I have no hair. That's actually more of their problem than mine, isn't it? No, if they're trying to actively sabotage my life because they dislike me, that's a different matter. That's completely different. Okay, this is level 2. Sometimes also, I have noticed that I will be on social media. I don't particularly like social media. For me right now, because of the streaming and the content creation, is a tool. But I don't particularly like it. I think it's... social media, for all the things I've done, it's done a lot of damage in society. I think it's distorted the human being at the essence. Because we are closer and lonelier than ever. Our attention spans have gone down dramatically. We find validation in places that don't really deserve even... not only our belief, but, our attention, but our belief. So sometimes you find that when I have been in social media and I have been a little bit more active, if I ever found a friend of mine only talking to me when they had something confrontational to say, I realized that person had a problem with me. And it was personal. And it was rooted on something else. Most of the times it didn't have anything to do with anything I said or did. And once I heard someone say something very wise, they said... who was it? Actually, I don't know if it was actually Matt Mercer or Taliesin Jaffe. Said that sometimes you don't like certain characters because they remind you too much of you. Or they remind you too much of a part of you that you don't like. Certainly, if I see characters that act very much like the way I acted when I was a little child, I wouldn't like it. Wretched, this one. I would actively dislike the character. But yeah, sometimes you find that, like, why is your friend only speaking when they have something negative to say about you? Would they take their time to explain to you why you're wrong? Yeah, the cape, why not? Simple scroll. Yeah, because warriors are the simplest class. And we got that.
What is it? Dark lady.
And we got that.
For you.
Alright. I think I'm gonna just give this quest back and then we're gonna log off and we're gonna go the outro.
What would you ask?
Because I like doing the outro.
Trust no one.
Okay. Alright. So that's it. We're not gonna save the game because it's a bloody MMO. But yeah. Oh no, not that one. That. Okay. I'm sorry I cannot finish the. I'm sorry I cannot finish the stream. Like I'm supposed to stream for another hour, but I'm just really sick. I really need. Not. I mean, it's not so much about the rest. It's more about like taking medicine and let it work. My eyes are burning. I think I might have a little bit of fever, just a little bit. And I might have gone through an entire box of tissues. This is savage. But it's a good sign because this only lasts for like a day or day and a half. And once it's gone, then you're on the way out. So yeah, I hope you like my monologues about, life, relationships, friendships, cancel culture in general. I am very much against cancel culture, really. I am. No matter what. If somebody does something really, really horrible, let the law, let personal interactions deal with it. Let platforms deal with it. Witch hunts are never good, because one day you'll be at the other side of the pitchforks, guaranteed. If it becomes a thing, and it became a thing, right? The best thing to do is not to care. So there was a clip that Asmongold was reacting to about a girl that, for the most part, I like her, but she was talking a lot and she was bitching about bitching. And some guy responded and said, "Can you just shut the fuck up? I'm trying to play a game." And she took it like, "Oh, but you're gonna get cancelled and stuff." Like, how much power do you think you have? You're in a house with a computer and a camera. You have nothing else. That's not power. It's clout. It's what they call clout. But that's relative. I always say that you only have as much power as what you have that other people desire, but they don't have themselves. That can be very attractive. That's how people get starstruck. But it's fictional. It's like fictional money. It's like monopoly money. Some people may care about it, but you don't have to. If you try to pay me with monopoly money, I'm gonna laugh in your face, no matter what other people, even if other people take it seriously. It's nonsense. And I think she deserved, as much as I like that girl, I do actually like her, but I don't like that kind of attitude. When people try to throw their weight around. I like the how is it, the sentence, "Do you know who I think I am?" I love it. I think it's just beautiful. Do you know who I think I am? I can't stand people that think that they're better than others. I think I'm better than others, but because I'm comparing myself against what I consider a piece of shit. Okay? Like, if you introduce me to somebody and I don't know that person, I would never think I'm better than not that person. If I know nothing about them, I will not think I'm better than them. Now, if I find out that they are despicable, then I'm gonna think I'm better than them. And so should you. Anyway. keep judging. Judging is useful. It has a bad rap. People say don't judge, but yeah, judge. Totally judge. Because that's the way you're going to separate the good people from the bad people, the people that are going to take advantage of you. Okay? You can judge people and have a good or a bad outcome, but you need to judge. So don't let anyone tell you, oh, don't judge me. Oh, look. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to go. Hope you had fun. I can see that some people just connected now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very ill. I don't think I can carry on with the stream. So gonna go lie down, have some Lensip, some honey and lemon, and try to survive another night. All right. Thank you. See you Wednesday, by the way. Wednesday, Elden Ring. 7 o'clock till 11 UK time. Is that it? Oh yeah, look out for my video tomorrow. I am intending to release it tomorrow. So pay attention. Right, bye.